converts. That's it, top left.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gents. We are at Bishop's for a massive clash between Bishop's first team and Paul Roos. It's the second time this week they have come together, first being Wednesday night at the Sachs Night Series. Bishop's just edging a win off Paul Roos there, but started out as a good game. Some big boys in this Paul Roos team, but some lightning pace in this Bishop side. And on their home turf, we've got Joe Kirsten, number 2, one to watch. Mikey Ford, stronghold man, and Sam Hansen. When you leave him too much space with the ball outside, he can do some damage. Got some young players in this team as well. Nick Steinhagen.
Johnny Roach, the absolute butcher at the back. Important name that's not on this team sheet at the moment, Simon, is Adam Duval in goals. He'll be partnered with Will Ross, but Adam will definitely start. And he had a crackover tournament at St Andrews last week, so I'm sure Coach Brett Snedden's going to be looking for a big performance from his young goalkeeper.
Talking of Snedden, we've got younger Snedden, Dean Snedden, number 4. Promising prospect for this Bishop's team. And as we have a look at the Paul Roos team, we've got some wonderful talent on display today. Lonwabo Mfakili, the goalkeeper, was on insane form on Wednesday night, making countless left and right saves. And they're going to struggle to get it past him tonight again, but if they can penetrate this defense, they've got some big boys. It's going to be a physical battle, and personally very excited to watch it.
Yeah, Simon, it looks like Bishops have called in the fans here, because the stands are packed in front of the Bishops boys at the moment.
They've raked in the borders.
Borders are definitely here, and best believe that there's going to be a lot of Bishi Rara coming from the side of the pool, of which Bishop's teams notoriously live off. Yeah, we've got Coach Brett Snedden taking over the first side at the end of last year, getting himself I believe it was a 3rd place finish at Sachs, followed that up with a 3rd place at Saints, and then getting a gold medal at St Andrews last weekend. So clearly he's got a great track record. I'm sure he'll be looking to improve his win percentage with a great result today. On the opposite end, we've got Vaughan Marlowe. Vaughan obviously coaching the Paul Roos side. And I think he is to be attributed with a lot of respect for getting Paul Roos's polo up to where it is at the moment, Simon. I mean, not so long ago, under 14s, under 15s, first sides would hang on to start, but would fade off towards the end. And Paul Roos certainly aren't doing that today with a draw in the under 14 fixture. Bishops did take control in the under 15 game with a couple minutes to spare. But the second team fixture before this one was also a closely contested match. So I'm sure we're in for a real treat in this fixture. Looks like the boys are getting their caps on, and we should be ready to go anytime. Simon, who have we got refereeing today?
We've got some real talent in Matt Johnston on the side of the pool today, and a promising up-and-comer Mark McLaughlin. I'll be interested to see how he blows the game, how he controls these two teams. It's going to be a lot of physicality, as I've said, and he's going to want to control that from the get-go, otherwise it could get ugly. So the last thing we want is violence in the pool in the form of brutality. Cards start flying. He's going to want to keep this game clean.
Big fixture for the young lad to take control of. Simon, we also have the Paul Roos goalkeeper looking into some serious glare here. Wonder how much of a factor that's going to play in the first two chukkers.
Yeah, he's a real quality goalkeeper, and doesn't matter how good you are, the sun can blind you at times. I just hope it doesn't affect the game. And Mark McLaughlin gets us underway. And we're off. Bishop's, Paul Roos first teams are going at it once again. Such a famous rivalry.
Paul Roos immediately dropping on Marky Ford. Definitely one of the danger men that Paul Roos have got to worry about. There's been an early
and so much
reversal.
white water as Paul Roos launched their counter-attack. Lots of speed in both teams. Quite evenly matched in the speed and strength fields, but I think if Bishops can keep their wits about them, they will be able to just outsmart them in their moves and techniques.
It's got Sam Hansen open on the cross pass. He is
You leave
lethal
him
from this
open.
range. What a great
What
save
a
there.
save.
Great save. That'll give the keeper a lot of confidence for today's fixture.
This Luabu Mfukile in goals for Paul Roos is in great form at the moment. He's going to want to keep this up if he wants to keep his team in this game.
Joe Kirsten with the second centre forward slide. Just an ordinary foul. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Simon, is Lonwabo a interprovincial player?
I believe he plays for the Boland team.
Oh, and a lovely
Oh.
snapshot there from Marky Ford. Danger man on 9 meters with a man on him, still getting a shot off.
And that's just the kind of quality that he brings to the table. He can create something from nothing. He's a real humble player. I've had the pleasure of knowing a few of these Bishops boys, and they're such gentlemen. They don't celebrate goals too much.
Very
They
honest
celebrate
performance.
nonetheless, but they get on with it. And now they find themselves defending a strong Paul Roos side. They're not going to want to concede too many goals in this game. Got Will Ross in goals. Had a stellar performance. I believe he was man of the match on Wednesday.
He was indeed. Johnny Roach getting caught with a front mark there, and Paul Roos are back in the game.
Johnny Roach getting manhandled at the back there.
Don't think that's been said too many times before, Simon. But a great finish there from Rian up front.
And suddenly we have a game on our hands. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. As we have a look at that replay.
Very unfortunate. Jake Stewart doing very well
It's
in
a quick
defense
steal.
to knock the ball out of the player's hands, but unfortunately landed right in front of the centre forward's face, and he did the rest.
Not enough time for Will Ross to react to that.
Oh, 2 metre call there on
it's
Max
a harsh
Carey.
call.
Looked very close from where we're sitting. Give the referees the benefit of the doubt there.
I don't agree with that call, personally, because if the pass comes and the player moves onto the ball inside the 2, it's all good.
Is allowed.
And I think he got that one wrong, but you never know. He has the best angle.
Sam Hansen getting excluded at the back. Definitely not one of his favourite positions. Great block
Good
there
block.
from Jake Stewart. Very poor work from Paul Roos there on the man up. No movement. Just very relaxed passing around the D. And by not moving, just shot straight into the blocker. And just like that, 2-goal swing. Max Carey counter-attack the other side with a great finish. Sure, Paul, Coach
That's exactly
Vaughan Marlowe will be fuming about
exactly
missing
what
that
he
man
didn't
up.
want to happen. Let Bishops play their game, and Paul Roos have now adapted to that game strategy. They are chasing, quite literally, the Bishops counter. When they are on their bikes, they are gone. All you will see is white water, and Paul Roos are going to need to work harder
Oh,
if they want to stop that.
Just think Paul Roos needed
Mikey Ford.
Mikey Ford having a long range chip. Very fortunate there that the ball skimmed along the water and then caught a little bit of a wave just before the goals. Unfortunately, Luabo couldn't do much about that one. Very lucky that went in because there was a second wave counter coming on the left-hand side. Nevertheless, Bishops now lead 3-1.
Quite an oh-well goal. I'm not so sure he would have been very popular if he had missed that. And the Bishops support
crowd showing their
rowdy.
appreciation for their captain, Mikey Ford.
A reversal.
Coach Marlowe calling for an exclusion there. Playing the ball after a foul. However,
I must say I have to agree with him. These professional fouls that we are, as referees, not picking up on, they do affect the game, they do affect the movement, and Paul Roos did have a counter there, rightly pointed out by Vaughan Marlowe.
But again, man up, no movement. Shot straight at the goalkeeper, resulting in nothing. Oh, Joe Kirsten with a little no-looker there.
And Luabo Mfakili's got to pull up his socks here if he wants to make some saves. He's let a few creep in behind him. That one millimeters from finding its way in off the bar from Joe Kirsten. Gathered at Will Ross, and now Bishop's going to attack again. I must say they've had more attacks than Paul Roos.
Paul Roos, I think, need to play with a lot more composure on attack. Rushing through there 30 seconds. And Sam Hansen, you're going to leave him with that much space. He's going to finish it every time. Great shot cross cage. Bishops
I think there's
taking a big early lead, yeah.
Such a standard game plan that Bishops have these days. And such amazing shooters on the outside, and amazing hole man. And for Paul Roos to come into this game, they would have had a game plan to try and counter these players. But it's obviously not going according to plan now for Paul Roos. I don't know what's going on. They're not communicating.
Wonder if it may be worthwhile for Coach Marlowe to take a timeout. I know it's only the first chucker, but if you 5 goals down in the first, then you've got a long way to come back. Don't want that to get much worse. There's a cockroach up the pool here. And a great save from Will Ross. And the Bishops crowd are absolutely loving it. Sam Hansen called at the back again.
Matt Johnston, referee, taking some abuse from the crowd there, right behind him. It must be so hard to focus with that in your ear.
The passing from Paul Roos has just not been up to standard today. Almost every second pass not going to hand. And it's allowing this Bishops team to play to their strengths. And again, another counter attack through Joe Kirsten.
Should have taken that time out. And just
Coach
like
Marlowe
that,
looking very frazzled at the moment.
just
Looking
like
at his
that,
bench very despondently.
5-2 Bishops. You give them this much space.
We've got the score as 5-2 here. However, at the pool, the scoreboard's reading 5-1. So
Yeah, it seems like we have a scoreboard error, but
seems like we've got a little discrepancy, but it's not an issue at the moment. There we go. Now we're all sorted. Porterers almost have to sacrifice a little bit on attack and just make sure they're defending with 6 men against this Bishop side. Letting them counter one-on-one. They're a very, very talented group of individuals, and they will more than happily take you on a counter attack. Forcing them to play 6-on-6 will almost force Brett Sneddon to try and play to a certain tactic. At the moment, the players are just doing everything for him. And they're very deserved four-goal up team at the moment. Been a few perimeter shots just out of the ordinary. I wonder if that's a tactic from Coach Sneddon to Tesla Nwabo with the glare in his eyes.
A long shot coming there. Nwabo Mfikile is got his head down, shaking his head a lot, this chucker. He can't let those goals affect his game. Otherwise, Paul Roos are in for a long afternoon. But we are at the end of the first quarter. Bishop's ahead 5-1. Paul Roos, a lot of work to do. So they're going to be a big team talk now. They're just going to want to do the basics right. They're going to want to go into this clean slate, start off fresh, and rectify the errors that they've made.
There we see Coach Marlowe giving instructions to his team. Almost certain a lot of his comments will be focused on making sure of their passes. I think their pass completion percentage will be below 50% after that chucker. And unfortunately with those stats, you're not going to win any polo match. Brett Sneddon, I think, is pretty much just saying more of the same to his guys. Keep pushing that counter attack. Seems to be working for them at the moment.
We've got a new 7 minutes to play. Second quarter of the game. We're about to get underway here. Matt Johnston in your picture starts the second chucker, and I'll be very interested to see how Paul Roos have reacted to going down 5-1.
Looks like Coach Sneddon has opted to take out all of his senior players. I can see Joe Kirsten, Marky Ford, Sam Hansen, Jake Stewart, all, I think that's Max Carey with them, all on the bench. So there's a lot of experience on the bench. And I think Coach Sneddon wants to see what his juniors can get up to without them in the water. Exclusion on Johnny Roach there.
On your screen now, just the links to our social media. You can follow us, School Sports Live. Just go ahead and follow all the socials there. We've got plenty of updates on scores and fixtures and results, as well as photos and all the live media that you're watching now.
It's a great extra man goal there from Paul Roos. Definitely what Coach Marlowe would have been asking them for at the chucker interval.
We've got Solly in the hole here. Such a promising talent.
Perimeter shot
Great
from Luke Brookhausen there, well saved. There was just a replay of the extra man finish from Paul Roos at the start of this chucker. We can hear Coach Marlowe giving some instructions. Some great defense there from Dean Sneddon, dropping on the hole.
Coach Vaughan Marlowe just shouting good play. He's impressed with the way that his team have come back into this quarter, fighting for their goals and they're all back on defense now. It's great to see.
Oh.
And just getting caught up there with the ball.
Oh. Interesting call there. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. More than likely that a dump will occur here.
The possession clock just running out there for Bishops. Now Paul Roos can attack.
Seems to be a much more controlled approach from Paul Roos at the start of this checker. Simon?
Yeah, looking a lot better. Just doing the basics. They seemed a bit frazzled in the first quarter. A little bit all
Pass
over
a
the
little
place.
bit long there from Dean Sneddon. Almost better to opt for the man to get to 2 meters and throw it wide of him. Make sure of a 100% pass. Poor Roos crowd trying to get their boys going. Trying their best to get back in this game, score 5-2. Coach Sneddon asking his players to just relax.
It's a war of the supporters at the moment. Bishops obviously muffling out the noise of Paul Roos on their home turf. And Solomons puts that in for another goal.
Tough one to concede that. Do so well to save the perimeter shot, just to concede on the 2 meter line.
Yeah, Luabo Mfukile will be irritated with his defense for not reacting.
And here comes the Bishops senior players. Can expect some big wide water to come from them on the next transition.
Good ball into the hole, but fumbling it
Great
out to Joe
defense from Johnny
Kirsten.
Roach there.
And now, as you said, the white water.
There it is. There's the exclusion. Great work from Johnny Roach in the middle of the pool. Bishop struggling to get a 4-2 setup working here. An aggressive shot from Joe Kirsten on the perimeter there, hitting the post. Correct reversal there for not playing himself after a foul. Simon, it seems like both sides have tapered off a little bit. Looking to play the full 30. Relaxing. Not too many counter attacks coming through.
I think that's the trend now with Bishops, to go all out in the opening minutes and then just not
All
park
out,
off,
get the
but
lead
just
and then go from
slow
there.
it down.
Oh, and that'll be a goal. Oh, referee Matt Johnson actually
Interesting
excluding
call.
the goalkeeper there. The ball had passed the line.
Now this is interesting because Mikey Ford was inside the 2 meter when he played the ball back, so
Should have actually been called back out.
should have actually been the foul from. And now the exclusions are flying.
Exclusions are flying and Coach Sneddon's called a timeout. This will definitely be a training ground move used here. Know Coach Sneddon very well. You can certainly expect a special move to be used here. I'm sure we can see Mikey Ford or Joe Kirsten being the danger men. Sam Hansen on the perimeter, very dangerous player to leave open.
And if they do score, who do you think will score this?
Simon, I think it'll be one of the postmen. I definitely think it'll be one of the postmen. This Bishop side have worked on the extra man extensively in the last 2 weeks.
I think it's going to be Joe Kirsten on that wing there. He's looking dangerous.
He does look dangerous. Marky Ford on the one post here is also a dangerous man to have there.
Oh, they're doing the classic move.
There's the classic move.
That came from Ron
Front
Bosch,
post
I think.
move. Sam Hansen on the perimeter. He does not miss from there. Great finish. Training ground move that Coach Nedden will be very stoked.
So
that
in
it
form
worked.
at the moment, Sam Hansen. He's at the top of his game. He's got such an amazing shot. I was chatting to Brett Snedden, saying that he's worked with him countless hours just working on that shot, and it's obviously paying off now.
There you can see a close corner, waiting for the blocker to switch his hands. As soon as he drops the one hand, fires the shot over his head. Fantastic work from Sam. And I think that's the difference with this Bishop side compared to the rest of the country, Simon, is just they've got Marky Ford up front, but he not only scores goals on one end, but he'll come back and steal the ball more often than not on the defensive end. And it leads to a counter-attack opportunity.
Joe Kirsten left.
Would you have given an exclusion there,
wondering.
Simon?
I wouldn't have given anything. Just what Matt Johnston did. In front of goals, it's either a penalty or nothing, and if you have no intention to score, there can't be a penalty awarded. So well done, Matt Johnston.
Great call. Johnny Roach. Ooh.
Oh, unlucky. Johnny Roach shooting at the goal, which his brother Marco Roach sits behind.
Exclusion on Dean Snedden there. Coach Snedden got his hands up, wondering what he got excluded for. Nevertheless, let's see if Paul Roos can take advantage here. Also opting for a 4-2
Well, if there's
move.
a time to score, it's now, before half-time. And
That was just the wrong shot, in my opinion.
straight at the
Two-poster.
goalkeeper, Will Ross is going to save those all day long.
One post was open. And surprise, we got Marky Ford on a counter-attack. And the same result, goal for Marky Ford. I think also a key component to this Bishop side is they all get back on defense. So the previous attack was off camera, but we did see Sam Hansen coming back from the 2 meter on the left-hand side and Jake Stewart on the right-hand side, both covering to allow the top players to get the shot off, but not leak goals on the opposite end. So great work from those two players. So we enter the final attack of the second chukka here. Paul Roos getting one back, and the score goes to 8-3.
That's exactly what they would have wanted going into half-time. 5 goals behind. Nothing much has changed from the last chukka, and
There's still a lot of water polo still to play.
yeah,
Great finish there from Conrad Creel.
games are long.
We see Bishops going with a cross drive from the bottom right. Cross goal. And Joe Kirsten from this range. Lethal. Great finish there.
Joe Kirsten is just unbelievable on home turf. He doesn't miss. And when he's on form, you can put 2-3 players on him and he'll find a way. You just see that replay there. Easily stolen. One ball.
Okay, still 4
And
seconds.
goal
Let's
time.
see if Marky Ford has noticed. He has. Shot a little bit wide there though.
We're at half time. 9-3 the score.
Bishop's taking a commanding lead in this fixture. Let's see if Paul Roos can get back into it in the second half of this game. switching goalkeeper here for Bishops.
So we have a look at some replays from the first half. Oh, if we can get them. Right, so we having a look at some replays there. Mikey Ford, just unbelievable strength and skill to win his way around players and squeeze that one in.
Keeper getting caught off guard there.
And then Paul Roos with a
And it was game on
opportunity.
at this stage, Simon. One apiece.
Yeah, easy steal, easy pickings. And that one, Max Carey, you cannot miss from there.
Don't
Just
forget
pulls it
to-
across, lots of space.
Very well done to drive from the right post, take the ball across to the left, beat the keeper. Expertly done. Don't forget to follow School Sports Live on all their social media platforms to stay up to date with all of the events that they are covering.
And we're underway. Sam Hansen winning the swim off for Bishops. And Bishops will have the first attack of the second half. Interesting one there.
Bit of confusion going on there.
What do you make of that?
I almost think play has to be taken back with referee Mark blowing his whistle, causing the Paul Roos players to stop, and then allowing play to carry on. Should have been allowed to carry on playing the ball there. Incorrect call to blow his whistle. But I can understand why Coach Marlowe is a little bit aggrieved from that. You can see Johnny Roach in a big battle at centre back here.
Lots of physicality going on here in the hole.
Very lucky to not get excluded there. 2 hands on the shoulders. And again, there goes the counter attack. Mikey Ford, first one up the pool. Cross pass is on. Jake Stewart costing the team there with an unnecessary push off. And here come Paul Roos on a counter. Let's see if they can take advantage. Unfortunate there, Coach Sneddon throwing in the ball, and then the shot, well, the ball that the shot was taken with ended up back in the pool and killed the counter attack.
Interesting song choice from Paul Roos. We're the best school the world's ever seen. 10-3 down.
To be made.
10-3 down. I didn't think that would be the song that they would start singing.
We can expect to hear some scoreboard chants from Bishops any moment soon.
Very optimistic from the Paul Roos fans.
I wonder if the Bishops fans heard that one, Simon.
Joe Kirsten.
Joe Kirsten giving a little bit of a vase there to his home fans. Donut finish, as you can see on the replay. Lone Wabo just not able to get that right hand there. Oh, that'll be a 5 meter.
Unlucky there from Bishops, but great player there from Roos. And now Conrad Kriel steps up to make it 11-4.
Adam Duvall almost a meter off his line there. Still off his line, but there you go. Great finish there from Conrad Kriel. Didn't allow Adam Duvall to get into his head. Well tucked away in the top right corner.
Doesn't get much more top corner than that.
I think with this lead, we can expect to see Bishops running the changes, keeping their players fresh. Obviously had a big weekend last weekend. We see Max Carey with another 2 meter finish.
And it seems the sun has just gone over the mountain. The horrible glare has been eliminated from the game, so quite a tactical play from Bishops to have this side of the half.
Benefits of being the home team, man.
Yeah. Replay there. Max Carey.
For us, just can't be leaving Oaks open on the 2 meter line there. Most dangerous position in the pool. To leave him open, asking for trouble.
And they're on funneling back to the goal. They seem to be defending all over the place, so they're going to want to tighten the screws and rectify those.
Well done by Johnny Roach there. Got incredible legs, there's Johnny.
Big pass up the pool from Max Carey to Mikey Ford. And now a reversal.
A couple times Jake Stewart's been called for that. Just being a little bit aggressive on the push-off.
I personally don't agree with the reversals. You can't.
You think they've been quite lenient on them?
For me, I only give a reversal when it's player on the neck and above. So, especially if it's off the ball, you don't want to intervene with the game too much. So, it's unfortunate that Bishops have had their attack killed so many times, but as you said, players can get aggressive sometimes, and we are on the opposite side of the pool to the ref, so he has the best view.
Mikey Ford working hard, taking 2 players to it's almost the 4th or 5th time I've seen Max Carey open on 2 meters in front of the goals. I'm not too sure who's marking him from the Paul Roos side, but it's just not great defense. Not giving his team any opportunity to get back into this game. Joe Kirsten definitely going to have a dip from here. Not often does he give the ball away in that situation. Two minutes 45 left in the third year.
Great block there, Johnny Roach. And now Sam Hansen is on his bike.
This Bishop's defense is old Johnny. Simon, I'd be interested to hear what Coach Marlowe will be saying at the end of this chukker. Obviously, 8 goals down, highly unlikely that they're going to get back into it here. Maybe a great opportunity to play the youngsters against a very, very, very good Bishop side, get them some great experience. Or, as this is a Mazinta qualifying match, he looks to minimize the goal difference with hope that they potentially make that top 4. Once again, Marky Ford up the pool.
And Luabo Mfukile,
Can't be doing too much about that, unfortunately.
he's going to want to forget today.
Hasn't been one of his greatest outings. Not sure if our spectators can hear it, but the Bishop's crowd is really getting into their game now. Loving the fact that their boys are 9 goals up.
Well, that's what you love to see at schoolboy waterpolo. The battle of the bombing armies.
Giving their all.
Getting right up. Just putting the ball under there.
Simon, you've been involved in a few province polo fixtures and refed in a few. Would you say coming to Bishops is one of the most intimidating fixtures in the calendar?
Not sure about that. I think reffing at Sachs is actually quite intimidating when you're reffing under that ledge with parents looking over you.
Feeling abuse from the crowd.
Yeah. But
and as a player?
As a player,
a lovely finish there from John O'Lowe. Sorry to interrupt you there, Simon, but that was a great finish from about 8 meters.
Yeah, lucky just to top corner that. And Adam Duvall won't be too happy with that. But yeah, as I was saying, as a player, it's always nice to play on your home turf. So playing at home at Rondebosch was my bread and butter growing up. Absolutely loved it.
Must have shared many a great encounter with Bishops in that arena.
I mean, we beat them in both fixtures, but you know that's it's another discussion for another time.
Spectators that are listening in that will be saying a few words at home regarding that one.
So much respect I have for all the Bishops boys. Still friends with most of those boys today, so it's a great team sport and a great sport for future friendships and bonds, and you never know who you're going to play with in the future and who you're going to be connected with. So it really is
special sport to be a part of. And that was the end of the third quarter. The score is 13-5 to Bishops. They've taken a commanding lead. Coach Nedden taking all of his senior players out again, giving the youngsters a run. I'll be interested to hear what Coach Marlowe has to say to his team.
Yeah,
players looking quite despondent at the moment.
Also, some interesting calls been giving from the referees.
One or two interesting ones.
So
the Bishops crowd chanting something. I can't quite work out what it is.
I think they're saying glad we paid the referees.
Oh.
Just confirming.
Very nice of them to make that type of comment.
Confirming that Bishops haven't actually paid the referees.
They haven't.
Yet. And beautiful conditions we have here. We are so lucky to have, I don't know if you could see from the camera's perspective, but the sun setting just over the mountain behind the clouds.
Beautiful setting here
as we head into the fourth chukker.
And this is definitely a Stayers 7 that is in the water for Bishops at the moment. Adam Duvall in grade 10, along with Dean Sneddon, number 4, and Nick Steinhagen, number 10. Then we've got Luke Bruchhausen, number 5, and Max Carey, both grade 11s. Solly in the centre forward position at the moment, also grade 11. He's with the ball now.
If you're joining us, we are at the start of the 4th quarter. I know it says 3rd, we'll have that rectified, but we are in the 4th quarter at Bishops, and the home team lead 13-5 with
from
a
Dean
buzzer
Snedden.
beater from Dean Snedden. Yeah, his brother will be very chuffed with that.
His brother will be very, very happy with
As
that.
well as his father, Bruce, sitting on the side of the pool taking photos. You'll often find him around the pool with his camera cheering on his boys, both as player, coach, and Ryan, the old boy. Very water polo orientated family. Keeper just getting a touch on that Adam Duvall. What do you make of this keeper?
Adam's a class act, Simon. Only been following him for maybe a year now, but been very, very impressed with his performances. Very, very mature goalkeeper for his age. Great distributor, and obviously with his length, a real tough oak to get past in goals.
Long arms.
Very long arms.
For a 15-year-old.
And a lovely guy to have in your setup. I'm sure Bishops are going to benefit from his services for the next 3 years. Maybe the wrong option there from Dean Snedden. Nick Steinhagen holding good front order. He may have been looking for the ball there, but I can understand why Dean was taking the perimeter shot after being on a confidence high from that previous screamer from about 9 meters. And that's why this Bishop side's so good. 5 minutes left. All their players are still working very hard, taking a lot of pride in making sure that they don't lose the ball to their defender.
And Mark McLaughlin giving
Schneider.
another exclusion. He's been handing them out like they are banknotes.
Been a lot of exclusions this game, Simon. I'd like to see the exclusion count. Coach Snedden calling a timeout though, and at 9 goals up with 5 minutes to play, I can only imagine that he's going to try and get a move going here. I wonder if we can expect to see a similar postman pop as we did earlier on in the fixture.
I'm calling a pull move. A pull to the right and a finish from...
I think we can expect Max Carey to try and take control here. The only player in the water at the moment that was in the starting 7 today.
Yeah, the big boys on the bench.
Big boys getting a rest after a very tough week and a bit. I'm sure they're going to enjoy their Saturday and Sunday off. I'm sure Coach Snedden will have them back in the water on Monday evening, gearing them up for the KES tournament, which will be on the first weekend of March. Should be a great tournament, that is, Simon.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Are you going up to ref?
No.
Not.
No, I'll be training my...
Of course, the Web
Pups
Pups boys for
team.
the following week. That postman pop happened very early. Almost too early.
Yeah,
A lot
way
of
too
players
early.
make that movement off the post too early in the attack, and it allows the defense to set.
Yeah, they really overcooked that attack. Wasted opportunity, but I mean, if you can get a rest from a timeout, I'm sure they wanted to have that. So
May have been part of Coach Snedden's thinking.
I think that was more the intention than trying to get a goal. The boys are tired. The last quarter, almost halfway through. His shoulders starting to get sore now.
It's just been one of those days for Paul Roos, unfortunately.
Very much a hands-on head scenario. If you could see the Porus supporters all simultaneously going
Lots of size in the crowd.
Jaw-dropping size. Max Carey with the ball now. Over
slow
to
approach this attack. Matt Lowe looking for Dean Sneddon on the left wing. Dean doing a full 180, but just not keeping on control of the ball as he got to the goal mouth. I wonder if Coach Sneddon is thinking towards the Stayers tournament at the end of the year already with the current 7 that are in the water. Bishops definitely have the personnel to go for the golden year. Winning the St Andrews tournament last weekend. We'll be looking to give everyone a run for their money at Kes, followed up by Mazinta. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep this momentum going for the rest of the year. As for Paul Roos, I don't think Coach Marlowe will be too despondent. They've just come up against a very, very quality Bishop side. And on their home turf are extremely difficult to beat. Maybe a little bit of a more controlled passing game in the first half would have allowed them to be within the game, with maybe 3 goals being the difference rather than 7 or 8 as it was at half time. There we see a dump happening, allowing the Paul Roos players to get back. Bishop's more than happy to play the slow approach. Great save. Nick Steinhagen working very hard to get the shot off, but a great save by Lonwabo there. There we can hear Coach Sneddon calling for easy play, lots of time, making use of the full 30. Simon, it almost seems like Lonwabo's woken up a little bit too late today. He's had some great saves in this final chuck-up.
Yep, as you said, too little too late. Bishops have run the race and have already run away with this game. The odds are stacked high against this Paul Roos first team.
Luke Brookhausen moves here. Cross cage finish.
Oh, hard foul there. Just on the face.
Very tough blow there by the referee. Coach Marlowe calling for a timeout. Definitely wants to work on this extra man situation.
Lombard, short post. My best man on the short post today. Right? Lombard, short post. Michael, right wing. Rion, far post. Paul, left wing. Rusty, left control.
Just giving his players the whereabouts as to where they have to set up. And Caleb, but I think this man-up opportunity is just more for practice and just to see if they can get this right. If they can get this right against the top team.
Just to work the processes.
If they can get this right against arguably the top team in the country, it'll be very,
a lot of
very
confidence
impressive.
going forward for the rest of the term. Simon, what I think should be noted here is the possibility of a Bishop's counter. I think that's where they catch a lot of teams out. That their defense on man down is so strong.
Yeah.
And their counter-attacking game is so good that we can expect to see the likes of Max Carey, Matt Lowe, and Nick Steinhagen moving very quickly up the pool.
Well, they've got a long way to go from 2 meter.
Left wing was open. Lucky Brookhausen giving a little bit of a channel there, and well taken there by the Paul Roos man.
That'll do them the world of good. Not on the right side of this result, but a man up successful move off the left wing there, as we see the replay, just popping it over, and those blockers, that block not doing anything there on that right post. Yeah, the boys are tired, so it's Bishops will be happy with their early goals, so now they don't have to work as hard in the dying stages. But Paul Roos are going at it nonetheless. They are giving it everything right up until the last whistle, which is always good to see. And the counter is coming.
That'll be a 5 meter max carry. Coach Nena, I think, will be very, very happy with the way the second 7 in inverted commas have played today. A tournament like Kes, you're going to need your bench to come through in the big moments. Starting 7 can't play every second of the game, and they've got some valuable water time today.
Quite a weird scoreline here. 14-7.
Bit of an interesting one, yeah.
Bishops letting in more goals than they would have liked, but nevertheless on the right side of the results, Adam Duvall unlucky there. A quick 5 meter, and those can always go horribly wrong, but just slotting it down there on the right, just too far for Adam's long arms. And now Bishops are on attack.
I think we can expect Sam Hansen to line one up from the perimeter, yeah. Certainly moving into it. There he is.
Sam Hansen, we all know what he can do from this distance.
Well saved.
Luavo and Fakili just waking
well
up there at the
saved.
last moment to keep that one out.
14 seconds left. Sam Hansen, referee Matt Johnson, saying that the ball was not taken from the 2 meter. I'm sure Luke Brookhausen will be given the instruction just to hold the ball here, kill the game off. Well-deserved victory for Bishops today.
And with that shot, we are at the end of the game. Bishops on their home turf, outsmarting, out-muscling, and out-finishing Paul Roos. Mikey Ford, unbelievable performance from him. Sam Hansen, some long shots. And Joe Kirsten, the quick man down the left, giving Bishops that 14-goal advantage. But we're at the end of the game. End of the day, Bishops 14-7.
Who would your man of the match be, Simon?
For me, I think Mikey Ford. He's just
Mikey Ford.
Complete all-rounder. He's given everything. He's got it. He's got it all. He's got defensive mindset. He's got lethal attacking ability. And
I think it's going to be hard to disagree with that, Simon. I think Will Ross should also get a load of recognition. Kept the team very much in the game.
2 games in a row now. He's had an outstanding performance.
Pushing Adam Duvall for that top spot.
The Bishy boys heading out, probably off to supper.
Off to supper. Surprise, no big cheer at the end of the game there. Maybe.
And
everyone
that
else
is the
looking to get
setting,
home.
ladies and gents, as we close off here. As the sun is setting over the mountain. Just a slight breeze running through the trees. And that is it from myself and Caleb Simpson. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Converts. That's a top left.